Well, everyone, the dust has settled and it's a day after the Apple event, and this is what I will pretty much tell you about the iPhone SE second generation. I really don't think you should buy this phone at all, and there are tons of reasons for this. Now, the good, this phone obviously has the latest Apple A15 Bionic chip inside, which is great. They added 5G, which isn't even the fastest, 5G speeds they could have put in this thing, which is okay. And it's coming at $429, which is technically the cheapest price Apple is selling an iPhone for. So I think that's a great thing. I think those things are really cool. However, when compared to the predecessor, the iPhone SE second generation, there are such little differences between them that I just genuinely don't understand why somebody would even consider buying an iPhone SE 3 when you consider the fact that the iPhone 11 is only $70 more and it is almost a superior phone in almost every single area. Now, when I look at the landscape of budget-tier phones, for $429, there is a lot you can do with that price. I mean, the Pixel 4a from 2020 was $349, and that phone is much cheaper now, even in the used market. And that thing had a great display, had pretty okay build quality, but it looked and, was almost the same thing as the iPhone SE 2 at the time. And when I look at phones nowadays, I mean, it looks like a lot of the budget tier phones are getting really good, and $429 is not really that cheap. This phone is probably a $299 phone at best. For it to be more expensive than its predecessor makes absolutely no sense to me. And for how close it is to a price tag as the iPhone 11, that makes even less sense to me. Now, a lot of people were mentioning inflation and how, prices are increasing, whatever, but I don't know, when prices of this iPhone in the same body and everything for $299 not too long ago, for $399 not too long ago, I just don't see why that's the case now. This design is pretty much the same thing of the iPhone 8, which was the same thing as the iPhone 6. So this design has been recycled so many times that the cost of this price has probably gone down. They probably saved a bunch of money by not having to, re-engineer a whole entire new phone. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is that, again, it's not really a super expensive phone in the first place. If they were able to sell an iPhone SE second generation just a couple days ago for $399, why is this one randomly for $29? That still doesn't really make too much sense to me. And there are a lot of phones in the marketplace that have 5G that are very cheap as well. I don't even think there's a lot of other phone manufacturers making phones with physical home buttons anymore. The last time Samsung made a, Galaxy S series device, for example, with a home button was the Galaxy S7 from many, many years ago. I just don't think it makes any sense for a phone like this to kind of exist. And the biggest thing is that the cameras are pretty much the same thing. The battery size is pretty much the same thing. Apple has mentioned that the battery life could be better or whatever, but I guess we'll have to get it in-house to test it. From my experience, the A15 is great only because the battery sizes of these newest iPhones were really, really good. They were big increases. So I'll be curious to see how good of battery life we get on the SE second generation, but I just probably wouldn't recommend buying the iPhone SE 2. It just doesn't really make too much sense, and that's kind of sad because so overall, I probably wouldn't recommend buying the iPhone SE 3 anymore. It just doesn't really make too much sense. And I guess that's pretty much the way I would put it, to be honest. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.